Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys, we have a big week ahead of us and there's a lot of stuff coming out, but we'll get to it as it does. Just be patient and stick with me. Now, today we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County, but specifically newcomer Noella Bergener. Now, we know that Noella is dealing with a crazy divorce, trying to figure out at one point where her soon-to-be ex-husband James went to, what continent he was on, navigating a settlement. There's so much drama going on with this, but it looks like she found herself a new man. So we have all the details on that and more. But before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Noella took to Instagram to confirm her new, is it a showmance or a romance? You know what it reminds me of? And you'll understand why when I explain who the man is. You know how like they have on Big Brother, sometimes the people in the house, they end up coupling up to win the prize at the end. I think that's how it works. I'm not a real Big Brother fan, but they always ask the people going in to the house before they do you anticipate doing a showmance or, what is your strategy here? And then they shared. Well, the reason this reminded me of a showmance was because this man, her new man, actually works for the Real Housewives of Orange County. Now, she posted a photo with him and he's a great looking guy. They look amazing together. And in that photo, she captioned it, "So much love and appreciation for this incredible soul at TP Kelly 12. So if you guys want to go check him out on Instagram, the extraordinarily talented EP/lion tamer for hashtag RHOC. Not the journey we anticipated when we first met, but hopefully something deeper and meaningful. Hashtag respect." Now, when she said, because she did tease at one point, she has a friend that she likes to kiss, but that's it. It's no big deal. She's talking to somebody. She knew him for a while. Her husband, James Bergener, also knew him, and he has been there for her ever since everything went down. He's been there to console her, and I'm sure, honestly, for Noella, this is really hard. She was left behind, and I always say this, there's three sides to every story. There's your side, their side, and the truth. But from Noella's side, she was left behind. James took off after they started filming the show, cut off her credit cards, left her with no money. She didn't know how to pay rent. She couldn't pay for her, child's hospital bills. It's tragic. It's sad. It's a lot. And obviously, we're going to find out at the end of the day what the real truth is. Now, James Bergener took off. And on the show, we know that he was in Mykonos, but I believe from there he went back to Puerto Rico, filed for his divorce papers in Puerto Rico, and then had Noella served with flowers. If you guys aren't watching this season of The Real Housewives of Orange County, you definitely need to get on it because season 16 is not disappointing. Now, put the ratings aside, and I know last week's episode didn't have the highest ratings. I get that. But if you think about season 16 as compared to season 15, in my opinion, there's absolutely no comparison. Noella is not only having troubles in her personal life with her relationship, but she's also having troubles, dealing with the cast, kind of putting herself out there and getting along with everyone. And one person specifically, actually, there are a few people, but one person specifically. Now, her and Heather Dubrow did not get off on the best foot, and Heather Dubrow is sharing text messages proving that Noella Bergener knew she was working when coming to her house. If you guys saw the last week's episode, she showed up to Heather's home. She sees that Heather is filming this infomercial, and she says in the confessional, this little cheeky like, "Oh, well, very clever of you, Heather. Invite me over. You told me what time to come, but go ahead and invite me over at a time where you're working so I can see everything you're doing and then bring me into your narcissistic woman cave, woman lair, whatever you want to call it." By the way, her woman lair, Heather Dubrow's with the H chandelier and her face everywhere. I mean, honestly, I thought it was amazing. But I'm not Noella, and I'm also not fighting with Heather. So it's okay. And Noella is clapping back and calling Heather angry. All right, so thank you to All About the Real Housewives for giving us this little bit of tea, but it looks like the drama is not going away anytime soon. Now, during last Wednesday's episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Noella Bergener showed some major cattiness towards Heather Dubrow, which in our eyes, in the fans' eyes, it seemed like it came out of nowhere. She said, Heather scheduled this. She told me the time to come. This was in her confessional. She clearly chose it to be at a time when she was filming an infomercial with her husband in the kitchen. She wants me to see this. She wants me to feel impressed. Now, she added, I'm not here to go toe-to-toe with Heather Dubrow, but if she brings it, I will end her. She also slammed Heather as a narcissist and said that her podcast office is a shrine to herself. What's wrong with that, Noella? Now, of course, Heather's not going to let this slide. So Heather took to Instagram to call out Noella's claims while sharing a text message exchanged between her and Noella. Heather wrote, when you thank her for coming to your house to clear the air and move forward because you're working all weekend, and she comes over and pretends not to know and trashes your business and your character. Well, all of this and more at the reunion. And in the text messages, you can see where she's texting Noella saying, hi, so nice seeing you. Sorry for all that you're going through, thinking about you. Noella said, thank you so much. That is very kind of you. She said, I'm glad you're free tomorrow. Thank you for coming to my place. We have a whole weekend of shows at Shop HQ, so I'm a little locked in. Hope things are better in your world. See you tomorrow. Oh, to be fair, Heather wasn't wrong. Heather is so well versed in the housewives world that you can't clap back at Heather if you think that she's not going to keep the receipts. Bethany Frankel said the same thing. She's like, I have every text message, email, message, phone call recorded. If it's with my cast members, with production, with a client, with a business partner, she's like, I keep the receipts for everything. I'm so organized that way. If you try to say I said something that I didn't, I will come back and check the heck out of you. Now, Heather's Orange County friends, Tamra Judge, Emily Simpson, and Gina Case showed some support for the comments on her post. Tamra Judge said, not cool at all. I've worked with housewives like that before and it sucks, but don't worry, they don't last long. Love to know who you slammed because that's so your style. Emily Simpson said, can't wait for the reunion. And Gina just gave heart emojis. But Noella then shared her side of the story on her Instagram and said, oof, you're so angry. And a good host knows their schedule. I was left waiting in my car in her driveway for 45 minutes. When I asked to use the bathroom, I had to wait 15 minutes for permission, then return back to my car. When I finally was allowed to come inside, I walked into an infomercial. This was a Saturday with my kids. I showed up when I was told to. My time was not respected. She also said, unplugging products was clearly more important than making me feel welcome. Ooh, okay. All right, guys, there are more receipts. They're going to continue to drop, and Orange County is going to continue to blow our minds. So hopefully you're watching, because I'll be watching this Wednesday, and we'll be back to recap it on Thursday. Guys, give me your opinions. I'm curious what you think about Noella's new man, and what do you think about this exchange between Noella and Heather? I need the unfilteredness. Go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell, because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.